While the SEC versus Ripple keeps going on, we've got even more exposing news delivered by the famous lawyer John Deaton. What did he expose now? And what other great news happened recently? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away $500 at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section.
Hey guys, have you ever heard about Stablepool? If you own XRP and are interested in making constant money on exchanges like 1inch, Uniswap and Co., then this website is perfect for you. After having to sign up to the site with your email, you can simply go to Top Up and select the currency and the amount of it that you want to deposit on the site. Now go to Open DeFi Staking or add liquidity in Liquidity Pool. The site shows you how much of that amount you'll earn as interest within 12 hours, usually around 0.1 to 0.2%. Within 1 year, you'll have made 2x without any risk, which helped the site receive more than $80 million within the first week. And the best part, if you sign up until October 31st, you'll receive $50 in a random cryptocurrency for free.
Welcome back XRP Army. Another fantastic interview with John Deaton, a well-known pro-Ripple attorney, in which he exposes the dishonest Securities and Exchange Commission. It has been decided to postpone expert discovery until November 12, 2021, in light of the company's response to the Securities and Exchange Commission's petition to force it to disclose recordings of internal meetings, which was filed in December 2017. Ripple is a cryptocurrency exchange based in the United States that offers a variety of services. There was no way anybody could have predicted how long this litigation would take to resolve. The attorney John Deaton, who is representing XRP investors in the SEC Ripple litigation, detailed what is going on behind the scenes of the case in a podcast that was released recently. He indicated that Ripple will provide the identities of its expert witnesses in the near future, as well as the following: I would expect that David Schwartz will be one of their expert witnesses. The author went on to postulate that Ripple will hire an independent industry expert in blockchain and decentralization, which he feels is highly plausible. By the way, what do you think about Deaton's leaks? Let us know in the comment section down below. The position of amicus curiae, or friend of the court, was granted to XRP investors by Annalisa Torres, a U.S. district judge, at the most recent session of the court in San Francisco. However, it is crucial to note that, while XRP holders are not a party to the case, they do have an influence on the issues that have arisen as a result of the litigation. Deaton expressed his gratitude for the decision and further stated that Judge Sarah Net Byrne is doing an in-camera review of the information provided, noting that, she's going to give a decision whether or not the documents that the SEC are claiming are privileged, are in fact, privileged. And Ripple doesn't get them. Or she's going to declare that they're not privileged. Even if privilege attaches to the records, he went on to explain that if the materials are important, an order of partial disclosure can be made. However, according to the schedule supplied by attorney James K. Phelan, no specific date has been set for the amicus review hearing. However, the hearing will determine a number of important facts. Deaton remarked that if the SEC's own research revealed that the regulator determined that XRP was a security in 2018, the regulator may be asked to explain why it took so long to bring the lawsuit in late 2020. He then went on to speculate about another incident that occurred right before XRP was officially introduced on Coinbase in the first few months of 2019. It prompted him to respond with the following tweet, which you can see below. Therefore, SEC can be required to explain the meeting which led to the approval, he explained. Comment, XRP Army, if you believe John Deaton is right about the SEC. As part of its real-world CBDC implementation, Kai Labs, a blockchain firm located in Seattle, has begun discussions with the Central Bank of Brazil about partnering on the country's CBDC implementation. The company will use its own cryptocurrency platform, Lithosphere, to prepare for the trial, which will establish whether or not Brazil's digital currency can be used as legal tender in the country in question. According to Joel Kazar, the company's founder, the company's focus will be on how interoperability may be established across multiple CBDCs and other distributed ledger technologies. Since 2020, the Brazilian government has been looking at the viability of CBDCs. In order to decide the appropriate course of action, officials from the Central Bank of Brazil met with representatives from Ripple at the time to examine the possibility of using a private version of the XRP ledger to achieve the desired result. BCB announced in June 2021 that it has finished the framework for the next steps in the development of its digital currency effort. The framework was completed in June 2021. Do you agree that this is great news for Ripple? If yes, then make sure to like this video. A tight working relationship exists between Ripple Labs and Kai Labs, the business that will carry out a piece of that plan in order to bring Brazil's CBDC to fruition. This is not by chance. Kai Labs is a subsidiary of Ripple Labs. With the help of Ripple, Joel KSR's company has expressed its thanks to the company for building a network for speedy, low-cost cross-border money transfers using the cryptocurrency XRP. Ripple is a subsidiary of the Ripple Group. Apparently, Ripple's work has paved the way for innovation such as Lithosphere, as the business claims. Lithosphere's intelligent smart contracts are powered by artificial intelligence and deep neural networks, DNNs, and the key management in Lithosphere is handled using a unique myriad distributed key management (MDKM) approach. In order to help Ripple throughout the current legal struggle with the Securities and Exchange Commission, Kai Labs went above and above. The battle is still ongoing. The corporation has donated a total of $95 million to Ripple's legal defense fund, which is now in the process of growing. Is it a coincidence that Kai Labs was able to obtain a collaboration with Brazil's central bank just a few months after making such a big payment to Ripple's legal defense efforts? With the introduction of digital real CBDC, the company's trial cooperation with the Central Bank of Brazil marks a big step forward in terms of the company's importance in the cryptocurrency sector. As soon as the infrastructure and conditions necessary for the adoption of digital money are in place, Brazil intends to digitalize the Brazilian real and, if everything goes well, to release central bank digital currency as early as 2022, according to the country's president. A CBDC might be built on the foundation of the country's rapid payment system, PIX, which will be deployed in 2020 and would allow users to transfer and receive payments through their smartphones in seconds. Distributed Ledger Technology, DLT, will be deployed with the support of Kai Labs' Lithosphere, which will tokenize the bonds and the wholesale payment token by employing its own blockchain interoperability solutions, as well as its own blockchain interoperability solutions. To carry out the experiment, the participants will utilize a permissioned blockchain, and both types of tokenized money will be used to settle debenture and bond transactions. It will be possible to issue, settle, and clear tokenized money using the blockchain. Relatively complicated for sure, but many experts seem to think that this will in fact majorly benefit Ripple and its standing in the whole world once again. Invest in XRP now? We may anticipate that the token will hit $1.50 by the end of November if we keep this in mind. To be more specific, the token's value might possibly rise to $2 in December following the formal launch of WXRP, making investing in it now a wise decision. So go for it. What do you think about John Deaton's leaks? Do you agree that this will boost XRP to at least $2? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.